All right, guys, bang, bang. I'm here with Crypto BitLord. How are you, my friend?
Good, good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Let's go through your background real quick. How the hell did you start trading in crypto?
I just came from like stocks, a bit of Forex, so I was playing around there, and then crypto was the next natural evolution. It just, it was early days. There was a lot happening. This is when, pretty much you could get into any alt and it was just going to go crazy. So it's, it's been a while now, like 2012, and, the show goes on.
When you start to think about your trading style, how do you describe the way that you trade? Are you super analytical, more momentum? Just what is that trading style in your opinion?
It kind of varies to what the market's up to. So a lot of the times these days, I like to take my time. I don't like to rush out too much. I like to be very patient, wait for something obvious to come along, and then when that's there, then back with full conviction and then let it ride. Generally, the market does all the work right now, but when you're getting into some of these alts, you need to be a bit more aggressive on the uptake. So it's kind of like adjusting where you need to be. These days, use very little leverage and just try to focus more on the spot.
Got it. And when you start to think about where you like to play, are you trading mostly Bitcoin, Ether, the long tail of assets? Where do you focus?
BTC has the most action. BTC and Ethereum, obviously being most liquid, there's a lot of movement there. You can get these, 1, 2, 3, 4% moves a day. They're massive. And then on the longer time frame, you're looking at, good 15, 20% swings here and there. So that's where the action is. And I think the biggest focus for me has been the monthly, and starting to be like the 3 monthly now, to kind of see that longer picture into the 2022s, 2025 zone. So that's for me is like a bigger focus right now.
How do you think about where we are right now in terms of a bull market? Is it over? Is it going much higher? What do you expect through the rest of this year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, we're in a bull market for the next 100,000 years. I mean, this thing is programmed to go one way, and that's up on the long term. The short moment now that we're seeing, we're going to see a little bit of this on the way up. Which is going to be normal. I'd say that we're at the very end of that now, coming into the 50,000s. I'd like to see it push across sideways for a little bit more. It just gives us time. The more time we have, the more Bitcoin, the more crypto. That's how I look at this.
When you think about kind of the existing market compared to when you first got started over the early years, what's the biggest changes that you've seen in the market?
Definitely the liquidity. I mean, there was a time it was, you couldn't trade $100,000 on a decent exchange without causing, some sort of slippage. And these days it's not even a blink like that. So, you've seen the exchanges go from these clunky, gluggy kind of operations to now they're this just absolute super smooth top tier machines. It's just completely something else now. So that's a way that I look at it. But in terms of like the Bitcoin price action, all of those nasty little tricks that Bitcoin likes to do across the range, you're still getting all that action. It's just in a lot tighter, more compressed band these days. But back then, it could do some real silly stuff. These days, it is a bit more tamed, and that obviously comes through the liquidity.
The World Series of Trading is coming up, and I know that you're going to be participating, super excited about it. Tell us a little bit about that and kind of what drew your attention to it.
Yeah, so like every year, there's been this World Series of Trading on Bybit. I didn't get involved last year. I saw some absolute mayhem on that. It's pretty much like all these traders get together. They're competing for top prizes. It looks really good. So I thought I'm not going to miss it this year. I do want to be a big part of it. So basically getting together, putting like there's a bunch of traders that there's like weight towards the top traders in that. Pretty much everyone competes for the ultimate clout. They've got NFTs and stuff this year, so they're on trend. And the big thing is the top prizes. Everybody just wants to get in the money. So you've got to really adjust your trading strategy for that period if you're going to want to go ahead and win that.
And do you think you're going to win?
Oh mate, I mean, like I'm there to give it a shot. So I'd definitely be increasing the leverage, stepping up the aggression. I'd like to give it a good chance, and I think if you're not playing that kind of game, if you're not stepping up the aggression, you're not going to have a chance because there's so many people involved.
And then what about Bybit as a platform? Like, how do you view what the product they put forward?
Look, I was very skeptical on Bybit like years and years and years ago, but it's now my number one exchange. I use it for, it's my number one exchange for BTC USD. And the reason being is because now a lot of my trading is actually mobile. So I use, like everywhere I go, I try to spend as little time possible on screens these days. I've just wasted so much of my life just sitting here staring at screens. So I've condensed a lot of my trading into my lifestyle. So, you know, I'll use the screens to look at what's going on, but everything else, all the execution comes down to mobile. They have the smoothest, quickest, easiest mobile app. It's just like, it comes natural to me. It's kind of like using an Apple product. So that's a big thing for me. Also not having any liquidity, not having any slippage, anything like that. It's just seamless. So it comes natural. So it's only normal that, you know, I'll condense everything onto that.
It's fascinating to hear that you're trading on mobile mostly rather than trading from desktop.
Yeah, it's just like you're not always going to look. You got a choice now. I mean, you can spend your life sitting in front of a screen and just, you know, completely. I feel like I've wasted too much of my life sitting like in a chair like this, staring at the charts, and I've just wanted to do more of my life, and that's where the whole mobile thing comes into play. So it's never something I could have imagined doing beforehand. It's just like when you're making some positional trades, you want to be feeling secure. You want to be on screen, sitting there, doing it very meticulously. But you know, you just that transition. You know, I think it only took like a couple of weeks, and pretty much like mobile was my go-to. So yeah, it's a lot better living now. Let's put it that way.
That makes a lot of sense. Anything that people should know about the World Series of Trading? Any tips that you have for them? Anything they should be looking out for? Any words of encouragement?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, you've got to get involved if you want to go out there and actually win it. You want to be a part of it. You have to give it a shot. So, my advice for your strategy going into this, you need to understand how many people are competing. So if you want to get on the leaderboard, if you want to actually have a shot at doing this, you need to step up your aggression, and you've got to do that significantly because you're out there trading with guys that have been around through the early OK Coin, BitMEX days, that kind of thing, and they are going to be using 100% aggression when it comes to this. So that's my number one advice. Obviously, you know, you're going to be using a very small amount that you're ready to say goodbye to. But other than that, that's the way you're going to have to play this.
Makes sense. Where can people find you on the internet or watch as you participate? Yeah,
look, I'm going to be streaming every night for this thing. Recently getting into Twitch a bit more. It's pretty cool having like the screen sharing, doing the trades and stuff like that. So I'll be training pretty much every day, but I'll be doing like a session every night on it. So Twitch is where it's going to be at.
All right. Well, I appreciate you doing this. Everyone go check out World Series of Trading on Bybit, and we'll definitely talk later on, and we'll see if you win or not.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Pomp.